Chattisfying.
Hello, Mother Funsters, and welcome to Chattisfying. Just before we begin, let me tell you what this is all about. So, Chattisfying is a monthly podcast mainly about streaming and is an opportunity for you not only to gain an insight into streaming culture, but also some do's and don'ts of streaming from the perspective of small streamers, along with an opportunity to introduce you to a new streamer every month. Each show will be broadcast directly to Twitch so that viewers can engage in the conversation, then uploaded to YouTube both as an entire show and as highlights for those of you with less time on your hands. Each month we'll have a different guest invited to introduce themselves and provide their opinion on streams and content creation in related topics. Each show will be split into 3 parts. Part 1 is an interview with our guests where we talk about their stream content. The second part will be some topic of discussion surrounding streaming or content creation that encourages debate. For example, our subject for the pilot episode is the importance of viewer perks. Section 3 is a sub-game where we will play a fun game with our guest. For example, our sub-game Follow, Sub or Dip involves watching clips of random streamers and deciding which one you would like to sub to, which one you would follow, and which one you would just close off out of the 3. With this being a podcast, you can absolutely put it on your phone or in the background and just listen. But keep in mind that the sub-games may have a visual element, like Follow, Sub or Dip has clips you may want to view along with the guests. We'll announce verbally when the sub-game is about to start. And that's really everything. I really hope you enjoy the show. Guest socials will be available in the description below each video. If you would like updates about Chattisfying or would like to make any suggestions or even just join the debate, feel free to join my Discord. There'll be a link to that in the description as well. There is a Chattisfying channel there with all the information and announcements you'll need to keep up to date with live dates and YouTube uploads. Right, so with that done, let's introduce ourselves. So this is the first, it's not really the first episode, this is a pilot, darling. So we're actually not live on Twitch today. We're doing something slightly different to what we're going to be doing going forward. We're recording this instead. So my name is Mellar, and this is Hairy Hippo, my co-host.
Oh, Hairy Hippo! Yeah, yes, I'm here.
Yes, you are. And I think I'm here too, although I'm not quite sure. Below, normally we would have our guest, but for the pilot, it's just going to be the 2 of us, and we're going to interview each other instead to kind of, introduce us to you as well, to you lovely people.
Go on, bring it on.
So,
I'm ready. Ready for you. Come on.
You ready for this?
Ready.
Okay, ready. So tell us about everything, Hairy Hippo, about your stream, about your YouTube. Talk to us about you.
How far back do you want to go?
To the beginning of when you started streaming, I guess.
Okay,
Well, no, actually, you can go back further than that because I know that you did YouTube before that.
I was born in 1986.
You don't need to go back that far.
Okay. I'm sorry. During the war, no. So I started off. Long story short, I'm a huge World of Warcraft fan. Big World of Warcraft fan. Love it.
Same.
And it's so much fun. And because I've been on it for like 16 years now. I can't believe it's 16 years. It's crazy. It's gone too fast. Although if you're in the future, it's probably 17 now.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. How long it's been.
Yeah. It's been 28 years of World of Warcraft, and we're still here. So I started off World of Warcraft, and I loved it. And I have quite the personality, so I've been told. Some people like me, some people dislike me. I don't care. I am me. But one of my friends said, "You're a funny guy." And I'm like, I try, but I'm just being me. And they go, "You should do stuff." I said, "All right, then, I'll do stuff." So I was part of this community just as a person who takes on all their content and just engorges on it all. And it was called Warcraft Memes, and it was on Facebook. And they just basically post memes of Warcraft. It was just great. It was glorious. So all these things about paladins and bubble earthing and all this kind of stuff. It was fun. I enjoyed it. So I decided I'd make a couple. And I did. And one of them went semi-viral. And it was quite a shock, really. I was like, oh, this went quite well. So I spent about about a year doing memes and stuff like that. Just every so often, I thought of something funny, give it a go, all that kind of stuff, and it was doing all right. And then the owner of the Warcraft meme server, or the group, or sorry, I should say, and his missus were doing a guild on Stormreaver, which was the on the American side, because I play on the American servers because I'm cultured and they need it. They need the tea, yes, before they chuck it in the water again. But yeah, I like to throw a bit of history lessons in there. That's what I do. This is a very, very,
very highbrow, darling.
Show. Yeah, highbrow. Watch. Yes.
I'll get your finger out.
They invited. They said, if you want to come along and join the guild, you're more than welcome to. So I joined the guild, and then they kind of broke up, unfortunately, and he went off his own way, and she carried on with the guild. So I hung up with her because I was in the guild and that stuff, and it was a good time. She said, you're a funny guy. And I'm like, well, do you know what? I hear it a lot. Some people say these things, and she goes, you should come on my stream. I was like, really? She goes, yeah, come on my stream. So I came on a stream, and her viewer base just loved me and said you're absolutely funny as hell and all this kind of stuff, and you're a great laugh and all this kind of shit. And I was like, okay, cool. And they said, oh, you also seem to know a lot about stuff. I was like, yes, when it comes to World of Warcraft, I'm a little bit of a lore hound. I do like a little bit of lore, so I did a bit. And they said you should do some YouTube videos. I was like, do you know what? I think I should. So I did, and I spent about a year and a bit doing YouTube videos. And I thought, you know what? As much as I love video editing, I kind of want to give streaming a go. And to be fair, World of Warcraft wasn't my first game. I tried occasionally this one bit every 6 months, just trying to stream out, and wasn't really feeling the vibe. And a few years back and stuff like that. And this one game came on called Minion Masters, and it's like this. I don't know how to describe it. It's a fighty game thing with minions, and you're a master, and it still says it all in the name, really. And they had this thing in the main menu screen where they have this featured streamer on Twitch playing the game, and it was the person who had the most views, and no one was on. I was like, oh, well, this is an ideal opportunity. So I went on and I streamed it, and I was in the game, shown as a featured streamer. And on my first night, I had about 40 people in.
Nice.
And I was like, well, this is interesting. And that's how, for those of you who may know him, Swango found me. It was on my first ever proper stream, and he loved me, and he was like, I'm sending everyone your way. And I'm like, okay, who are you? Who are you? You're just this old man. You're an old man, but okay, send him over. I'll look after him for you. And then for 6 months, we were playing that game, and I was his warm-up act, because I do my I start at 8 and finish at 11, and him being Californian, his time zone was different, so he would start just as I was about to finish, and so I'd stream into him, and it was a really good vibe. And to be fair, I've been doing it ever since, really. Yeah, I went from 6 days a week down to about 4. But that's the joys of me getting older and realizing that I don't have the stamina of a young stud muffin like I am. I have grey in this beard. So, but I do stream 4 nights a week and do 3 hours here and there. Although I will be doing a couple of 24-hour streams down the line. So it's just what I do, and I play a variety of games, whatever I can afford or I love and want to just play. And it's not just that. Sometimes I bring out my guitar and we have some music sessions, and I just sing really badly, or we could just have just chattings, which are kind of impromptu. They're not really what I'm meant to do. It just seems to happen. I'm going to play this game tonight. It's going to be awesome. I've got it all loaded up in the background, ready to go. And then people keep talking, and I'm like, oh, I'll just keep talking then. And then it just ends up being 3 hours of just talking absolute bollocks, and it's great.
Awesome.
Yes, because who doesn't like bollocks?
Well, absolutely.
Exactly. That's why Mel has me here.
So, what would you say is your main thing at the moment that you stream? Then, what's your sort of big drive at the moment?
Do you know what? Right, I don't care what I stream. I've gotten to the point now that it's less of I'm gonna make it and become superstar and all that kind of stuff. It's more for me about hanging out with my friends who have been my community for it's coming up to 3 years in January. It'll be 3 years.
Wow.
And they're all regular and like my bowels, and they're just fantastic, and I love them all, and that's what keeps me going. And they've gotten to the point where they don't really, I knew straight away that I am crap at games. I play them, but you're never going to get me being any good at anything. And so they've also realized that no matter what game I play, it's mainly about hanging out and having a laugh and me entertaining them myself than the actual gameplay itself, which I'm more than happy with, which actually frees me up a lot more to play stuff like, at the moment, at the time of recording this, Shadowlands is coming out in a couple of weeks for World of Warcraft, so I'm in the World of Warcraft frame of mind. So I'm playing a lot more classic or retail or something like that. So, and I don't mind that so much because, again, I spend more time looking at the chat and talking to the reviewers than actually realizing that I'm getting ganked by a load of Alliance scum.
So would you say that you sort of get really into something for a while and you sort of have like a big thrust of it, and then you do something else for a bit, and then maybe you go back to the other thing for a bit later?
Yeah, I'm very bingey.
Very bingey. Very bingey.
Yeah, I definitely say, I think that's with any gamer really, though, that, you know, you'll find a game that you like and you spend weeks on it, and then suddenly you go back to another shiny thing, and then you're like, and then a couple of years down the line you go, oh my god, Dragon Age was badass, I should play that again, you know, or something like that. It's just, I think that's just the nature of gamers, and luckily I get the opportunity to be able to portray that within streaming, whereas a lot of people tend to be kind of typecast into a certain game and then they're stuck there forever.
Yeah.
Which I'm so grateful that I'm not.
Yeah, totally.
Luckily, I'm crap at them.
So you mentioned a couple of 24-hour streams that are coming up. Tell us a bit more about that. Those.
So again, I play on the American servers of World of Warcraft, which means that they officially launched their the expansion for Shadowlands at 6 p.m. their time, which is 11 p.m. our time.
So they get it first?
No. We get it all at the same time,
okay.
But it's at 11 p.m. our time, which is a nuisance.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's so cool. I don't mind that too much because they'll probably, half of them probably still be at work anyway, or just leaving work and having dinner, and I can catch on with it. Whereas everyone over in the UK will be like, "Yes, let's get ready to rock! It's way past my bedtime, but I'm good to go." But so what I've decided to do is I've took the 23rd, the 24th, and the 25th off. The 23rd, I will sleep throughout the day and then get ready a couple hours beforehand and do a pre-launch event kind of thing on stream. Then we'll get straight into it, and I've got various people coming in and out throughout the 24-hour session of me gaming and basically trying to level as far as I can get and explore the world at the same time and enjoy it all and not miss anything, because it's all new, shiny, lovely stuff, and I have proper magpie syndrome, so everything is shiny. I'll go at it and go, this is mine, it's my shiny, it's my shiny now. But I'll have people like my friend Ramekin will be in, my brother Jazale will be in, Bob the Canadian guy is going to be jumping in and out every so often when he can, because I think he might be working, but he did say he was booking it off. Swango will be there, all the American chaps and all that kind of stuff, just hanging out and having people coming in. So it's just not just going to be me slowly losing the will to live 2 hours after my stream has started because I'm tired already, but it's kind of planned and thought out. And I will have, you know, breaks where I will be downing and doing eyeball shots of Red Bull or something just to keep me going, like something out of, like, you know, Kevin and Perry Go Large. Let's go, let's do it, you know. That's an old reference to people who are young.
I remember Kevin and Perry.
Yeah, that's because you were a similar age and you look young, and I look like the crypt keeper that's at a lot of people, to be fair.
Not at all.
But yeah, that's coming up. So I'll be streaming from, I believe I'll start about 9:30 in the evening my time, and then generally after a 24-hour session we have a bit of a party where we play some, well, we used to play fun music, but now it'd be fun, funky, non-copyright music that sound like a party vibe. And then after that it'll be a, you know, chill out in Discord afterwards for another hour, and then I will probably be half concussed in my chair and dribbling wreck, and then I'll have basically the Wednesday to recover, essentially. So yeah, and then I'm back to work on Thursday.
Happy days.
Yeah.
Well, that would be fun. I've never done a 24-hour stream myself. I don't think I'd be able to do it, but
it's definitely better with people. I've watched so many people do it solo, and I don't know if you've noticed it, but a lot of people tend to go highs and lows within their short time of stream. Anyway, you've got the hype that's going on, but you start the stream, then you kind of get focused and you forget you're streaming, and then stuff like that. So having people come in and out and just talk to you, like actually hear them talking, revitalizes you and keeps you going. And my first ever time I did 24 hours, I was glad it was done, but at the same time I could have gone for another 4 or 5 hours afterwards. And I love my bed more than life itself. I love you, bed. Yeah, sorry, it's over there. She's missing me.
Aww.
I call her Sheila. She's a big girl. Sorry, that's my bed still. I don't actually have a woman in my bed because I'm still alone.
Aww.
Anyway, yes, that's me. Hi.
Awesome. So So, what's been your favourite game to stream so far, would you say?
In terms of popularity, would have been Minion Masters, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. But that was a big hype. Actually, tell a lie, RuneScape was my most popular game.
RuneScape.
I did a week-long exploring RuneScape because I played RuneScape when it first came out, and everyone was on Windows 95 kind of thing, at school. That was my first, and I hadn't played it since school. So bear in mind, I'm 34. That's a long time. So I was recommended it by a viewer of mine who works with Jagex. Actually works in the RuneScape headquarters and stuff like that, which is really cool. And said, look, give it a go for a week, see how it goes. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll give it a go. And then and within that week, I was very busy, very popular as well. Actually, I was at one stage, I think it was like a Wednesday or a Thursday. I was in like the top 20 of Runecraft streamers at the time, which was really odd. But then that's how I met Bob, the Canadian guy. Was through Runecraft. He found me randomly wandering around aimlessly, going, "No, I don't know what I'm doing." And I think he gifted me a penguin and a lot of gold. I think that was the case. And but yeah, that was my most popular game. The game I really love to play, though, again, it'll always be World of Warcraft as a predominant factor because I love that kind of thing. But I think any retro game that I can grab my hands on, like for example, Steam did a Mega Drive and Master System legalized emulator as such and stuff, and so I got to play like Altered Beast and stuff like that, which I used to play as a kid, and the original Sonic, which was really cool to play.
The original 8-bit Sonic on the Master System.
Yes,
I love that game.
Yeah, they do a bundle, and I think it's like 20 quid, and you get like 100 games or some shit like that. It's crazy. Yeah. And then they released a Dreamcast version, so I was able to play Crazy Taxi, which was one of my favorite games when I had a Dreamcast, and I think those are my favorite moments because I get to relive my youth and say, and it's like when I talk about lore in World of Warcraft, I get this like giggy feeling of like lovely, warm, fuzzy shit going on.
It's the nerd feeling.
It's a nerd feeling, yeah. So when I'm driving around listening to like Offspring and stuff like that in Crazy Taxi because it had an amazing soundtrack, like any Tony Hawk's game has like the best soundtracks ever.
Yeah,
it's all encompassing. I just feel like I'm going back to my youth, and it's wonderful. And I love that because it's just nice. So playing those kind of things, but ultimately, like as a steady favorite, it's always going to be World of Warcraft, whether I'm raiding or getting mogs and stuff, because we'll go to somewhere and then I'll just randomly go off on a tangent about what's significant lore-wise in that area, and I just like explaining things, and people are like, oh, I didn't realize that. Like, I have guildies who started in Legion, which is a couple of expansions ago now, as soon as Shadowlands comes out, and they don't know what Arthas the Lich King's about, but have slayed him and got invincible, but don't know what Arthas is about. And so I'm explaining the whole like history behind Arthas, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And I know you can go watch it on YouTube, but I seem to have this like informal, common way of explaining shit. Like, that guy went into that cave over there, and he pulled a sword out, and it shattered, and it blew like a fucking bit of ice in this little dwarf bloke, but isn't a dwarf because it's Warcraft 3 and had really bad graphics, but he looked like a dwarf, but he's not a dwarf. Sorry, Uther.
You distilled it for the lowest common denominator, right?
Yeah,
I think we're going to get on very well.
Yeah, I just feel like if you talk like you're common muck, everybody understands it, and I'm common muck. I used to be middle class once, but not anymore. Yeah,
you fell off the ladder.
I downgraded. Desperate times, man. Desperate times.
Amazing. So on the flip side of that, has there ever been a game that is just you've hated, or maybe one that's just gone down like a sack of poo with your community?
World of Warcraft has gone down like a sack of poo. Initially, it went down like a sack of poo.
Right.
Like in my first year of streaming, I would try and flip from like Mini Masters or something, or like Choice Chamber or something like that, and go to World of Warcraft because something's happened in there, and I want to play with my friends. And everyone's like, "Yeah, I'm not coming in to watch that. It's boring." And then I think now that I'm almost 3 years in, as I said, my community's been built up enough that they understand that it's not about the game; it's about hanging out with friends, kind of thing, and having chat. So it's okay. So I can, like I said, I'm lucky now that I can stream whatever I want to stream, and people are intrigued or they don't really care what I'm streaming and stuff like that. So, but World of Warcraft was my worst to stream. Bear in mind, I have I think it's like 340 odd subscribers on YouTube that still message me to this day saying, when are you going to make new content? And I do try to make new content. But, I work for a living. And I have over 500 followers on Facebook for my memes, so I've got that, and I post that up. It doesn't do well, or didn't do well initially. It didn't do well, but As for a game I hate personally to play, I don't know. It's a tough one. I find choice games difficult, like Immortal Redneck, Choice Chamber, that kind of thing.
Right.
Where like it's Twitch integrated, so
Right.
people have a choice of what happens to you,
Mm.
whether they give you nice things or bad things, because then you really see who the dicks are in your chat. Yeah, and I'm like, I don't like this. I hate this. I just want, like, Immortal Redneck, right? Is you're playing as a redneck that's been mummified and he's come back to life and he's got a shotgun and he's got some dynamite and you go into a temple, like a big like pyramid in Egypt, and it's all level by level roguelike style. And you go in, and then they have the choices whether they can change your weapons for you, or improve your health, or make you worse, make you one-shottable, make them one-shottable, all that kind of stuff. And they all choose. And I just want to get to the top of the pyramid. That's all I want to do. But they don't let me do it. I've never done it, and it's so boring to play when you haven't got people buffing you up. I just have to bribe my viewers. I think that's what I need to do. You want free candy? Give me some nice buffs. Yeah, it's easier that way. But I think choice games are. Because I think they bring the trolls as well. If you're playing Choice Chamber, you have. I was playing Choice Chamber once, and one of the developers came in and had a custom like code as such that if they wrote it in Twitch, it gave me like a unique dev buff.
Right.
And they did that to me once, which was really cool. And they said, "Glad you really enjoyed the game." And then a load of I think I had gotten raided by like 40 or 50 people or something like that. And they came in and they were just all just destroying the game and making it increasingly uncomfortable and flooding my chat with it and all that kind of stuff. So there was some real negatives. I was playing choice style games.
I see. I've never tried.
I don't like that kind of stuff. But if you've got a decent community that stick around and all that kind of stuff, and a decent mod team that can ban every fucker on the planet that's a dick, then it's okay.
I think my main takeaway from everything that you've just said is if you want to stream World of Warcraft, you have to stream for a year first.
Yeah. You either start your career as World of Warcraft centric, and then you need to find a niche. You need to either be a lore master or a PvP master, or you run a top guild that does hardcore raiding. Otherwise, no one cares. Asmongold is up there because he's the biggest douchebag on the planet. But I've actually met, as in I've spoken with Asmongold, and he's a lovely guy off of his streams and off of his YouTube videos. He's really sweetheart.
Right.
But he brings everybody gets angry nerd boy going on, and you're like, oh, you're a fucking dick. But he embellishes it. Yeah, you're adorable. You're sweet. I know you've never nerd raged. It's okay. Yeah. Any Zelda game ever?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay. But yeah, the people have to find their niche in certain games. If you're going to be this game only kind of guy, you need to be very good at it. Or you can be like me and have somewhat of a personality as a main focus, and then you build your community and do the long term, and then you can stream what you want to stream.
Awesome.
That's kind of my biggest advice on that one.
Yeah, cool.
Because I ain't no speedrunner.
No, me either. So you've kind of talked about sort of the Shadowlands coming out, the very sort of near future. But have you got any sort of big plans for the future of the channel that you're happy to reveal?
Yes. Kind of like it's that's the best way to describe it. I'm going to be venturing out to do other stuff.
Other stuff?
Yes. Still within Twitch parameters.
I'm so intrigued.
It's long-term goals, and I'm talking like really long time, and it's been delayed a hell of a lot because of the situation with COVID and all that kind of stuff. So, being as we're recording in lockdown 2.0. So the long-term plans was, for example, this year I was planning a trip to go to Canada, to go to Montreal. I was going to be going to Marrakesh as well this year, where I was going to be doing live vlogging.
Cool.
So much so that I actually I googled up to make sure I can get stream kits and stuff like. You can rent stream kits in like Canada and America and stuff like that. So you get a big backpack with a huge like battery in it. You get like the stick and everything like that, and you can rent it, and it costs like $200 to do it. And then you can just like send yourself out to the world and have perfect internet and stream. So I was going to live vlog. So I'm going to do a lot of more travel-centric things. I also want to do some travel-centric things around here as well, because my mate Jay, who comes over from the United States, wants to visit everywhere in the UK, which I know we're small, but there's a lot of it. There's a lot of things to see in the UK. So like when he first came over here, we did, what did we do? We did London, we did Cardiff, we did Liverpool, we did Stratford upon Avon. We visited a lot of places in the short space of time we've been being here, and he kind of wants to do that again, which is kind of cool because he wants to do Cornwall and he wants to do Blackpool. Now, if anybody knows UK geography at all, it's not the easiest A to B, and there's a lot of stuff you can see in the middle.
I think I know quite a few Americans that would probably want to hit you right now, though, because the UK is pretty small compared. Like, they'd be like, "Oh, it's just round the corner, mate. Dry up."
It really is, yeah. Like he said to me, like you could fit our entire country into like one of their states and stuff like that. To get from one side to another could take 7 hours. But my bone of contention that is that there's a lot more stuff to see in this country because we're a lot more compact. Like if you think going from Cornwall alone, you've got Penzance, which is like pirate coves and all that kind of stuff. You got Wookiee holes, and you've got like the people not even know that, but you need to Google that shit. It's really cool. It's a cave full of witches. You've got Stonehenge, and that's just on the M5, and you've got Bath, which is Roman area and all that kind of stuff, and also got Roman architecture, which is older than the birthing of the United States of America when they became that. There's a lot of stuff. There's castles galore to see on the way. Then you go up the left side, you got Gloucester, which is absolutely stunning. You got Worcestershire, which is absolutely incredible. Birmingham, which is like one of the birthplaces of the whole Steel Revolution, all that kind of stuff. The irons and all that kind of stuff. The ironworks. You got the canal districts, which are absolutely fantastic, seeing all the things on the canals. And that's not even before we've got halfway up to Blackpool yet.
Yeah,
that's like a week and a half alone. Whereas like if you traveled from one state to another, there's a lot of open space and farmland.
Yeah.
Everything we have is compact.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone speak so excitedly about Birmingham before.
I like Birmingham because they do amazing kebabs. And it was where the korma was invented.
Oh, yeah. I know the korma is a British invention. Yeah, there you go.
The korma was invented in Birmingham. Birmingham? I can't do accents. I'm never going to try again.
You got anything, any other hot scoops about new stuff to your channel?
Yeah, I'm also saving my pennies at the moment to get myself a Zwift.
What's that?
Okay, so push bikes, bicycles, right? You take the back wheel off, you attach it to a machine, and put all the gear bits onto the machine as well. It attaches to the PC, and you play a cycling game on your PC. But it's like if you want to cycle through London, do a track in London that they have going around, like the hot spots, you can play that in game, and then the machine simulates like the heights and all that kind of stuff in terms of.
So let me get this straight, right? You get to stream, stay indoors, and exercise all at the same time.
Yes,
that's like a win-win-win-win, isn't it?
So they basically add resistance to your gears and all that kind of stuff. So it feels like if you're going up a hill, it feels like you're going up a hill.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Downside, it's very expensive.
How expensive, roughly, are we talking?
They have 3 models for their machine that they have: the cheap, medium, and expensive. The cheap one is about €800.
Whoa. Wow.
And then it comes to $1,000, and then it's about $2,000 for the top-notch one. However, you can get like knockoff ones, like you can get spin bikes that you can attach with a little dongle thing that costs like 60 quid or something like that. Okay. So it's not too bad. But I don't have a bike. I don't have a Zwifty thing. And the Zwift itself is a monthly subscription, but they do like 24 hours a day, various cycles. So like, there could be a bike ride going through Paris, and they've built Paris into the game. So in that track, so that segment they've done, they've emulated with like graphicals and stuff like that. So even though it's a game graphics, it's still cycling through. Like when you go through Grand Theft Auto 5 and you see like you're driving through a city, it actually looks like a city when you're driving through. It's that kind of vibe. So like in the distance, you'll see Eiffel Tower and stuff like that. But you're cycling. You can cycle with friends. You can cycle alone. You can choose. You want to go up like the Canadian, you've got the Rockies or something like that. There will be a ride that you can do to do the Rockies.
Is it VR? Sorry to interrupt.
I believe it has a VR option. But I'm not 100% sure. But it's basically like, for example, my colleague has it, and who told me about it, which is why I was very intrigued by it. Has his tablet on a little plinth in front of him, and he just cycles and watches the plinth. But I've got a green screen, baby.
Right.
Added a bit of fun of putting that into the game. So I could have, I could cycle, have a green screen showing behind where I've been while showing the game that I'm on, all that kind of stuff. It'd be really cool.
Yeah, it would be pretty much like you are actually cycling there, essentially,
yes.
to all intents and purposes.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a very expensive long-term saving up tool, but I'm thinking as a fat person, and I don't want to go out around here, because around here, if you're on a bicycle, cars are going to attempt to hit you on purpose. So I'd rather do it from the comfort of my own home, and I could do it then.
That's amazing.
So I could get healthy and do it. So I could do a once a week stream where let's cycle through the Algarve or something like that, and find a track that's doing that,
That'd be amazing. Yeah. Or you could cycle the entire outback of Australia. It would probably it would take weeks, but at least you could say you'd done it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
That'd be amazing.
I think it's brilliant. And it looks amazing. It really does. But it's very expensive. But you save up after a few months, you can get things, can't you? That's the whole point of saving.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Either that or a blow up doll. So
I think that will do.
Sorry, had to get the seriousness out of the way there a little bit. There we go. Yeah.
Awkward silence.
So to run it down, I want to do some travel vlogging, but live vlogging kind of thing, and hopefully some exercise routines and stuff like that.
Yeah, honestly, that all sounds really super exciting. I love the fact on your channel. I mean, you kind of mentioned it earlier, but I love the fact that there's so much variety, and you're so willing to try different things. It's definitely, look at me now. It's definitely a reason to follow Hairy Hippo.
Yeah, just don't bring the candle wax. That shit burns, and I'm hairy. I set a blaze. Okay, it's terrible. I look like a forest fire.
So I think that will probably do. As long as you're good. Good, I mean, do me.
I would love to do you. It's like a dream come true.
So we're going to flip it now, and Hippo is going to interview me.
Okay, hold on. I need to flip. Hold on. Hello, I'm the Hairy Hippo on Chattisfying. How the devil art thou on this fine and glorious evening, or morning or afternoon, depending on where you're from. With me today is my special guest, Mellar 21.
Hello. Hi.
My first question is, are you seriously 21?
No, but I was when I made the handle.
I mean, you look barely legal.
Phrasing?
I'm pretty sure I've seen you on a couple of ad sites. It's like the thumbnail for that category of barely legal is you. That's Oh, goodness gracious. So, tell us all about you, my love, because I barely know you. Who are you, strange man?
Well, as you say, I am Mellar 21. You can drop the 21 and just call me Mellar, but on Twitch I'm Mellar 21. I only stream once a week, but it's because I have responsibilities now. You see, I used to stream quite a lot. I've been streaming for like 2.5 years. I want to say, I'm not 100% sure.
Have we been streaming for the same amount of time then? Pretty much.
Maybe. I mean, I did. I when I very first started, I didn't really consider it proper streaming, right? Because I had really bad internet, and I only streamed World of Warcraft basically for my guildies, and nobody else came along. And somehow I managed to get affiliate while I did that. I have no idea how. Don't ask. And I got affiliate about the same time that I got my my internet upgraded, because getting my internet upgraded, that was a whole saga. Trust me, it took me months to get it all sorted. And that's when I turned on my face cam. That's when I started playing other games. That's basically when I really consider myself to properly have started streaming. And I think it's about 2.5 years now. I don't really count, if I'm honest with you. I don't celebrate affiliate anniversaries or anything like that.
Oh, I have to put this in here, right? I didn't know it was Swango that told me it was January 21st or something like that was my birthday for streaming. I was like, really? How do you know that? And I don't. He goes, because I care. I was like, oh my God. Put it on a bloody calendar somewhere, haven't you dirty pervert? Anyway, sorry.
That's all right. So I've got in my real life full-time job, wife, and a kid. He's 14 months old. He's sleeping right now.
Adorable.
He is a cutie. The reason I went down to one stream a week is the boy. But I do 6 hours every week at the moment. Then every now and then, when the boy is sleeping at the weekend, I'll do like a bonus stream. Zelda's my favorite. I love everything to do with, especially the 3D Zeldas. I can't say anything about Breath of the Wild. I've never played it. I don't have a Switch. I wish I did. But all the other 3D Zeldas, I've played them all on stream. I love them. Ocarina of Time's my favorite. I love doing randomizers of it, all that kind of thing. But at the moment, we're playing lots of Skyrim. I'm playing Skyrim Blind on stream.
Oh,
And I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do. And we're like 110 hours in or something stupid.
wow.
It's insane. We've been playing it for like 6 months, pretty much
Jeepers.
consistently. But no, I mean, I guess you could probably call me a variety streamer. But what I do play different types of games. But what I do is I'll get like a long form game, and I'll just play it for a few months and play pretty much only that. And then when it's finished, I'll review it, and then we'll move on to another game.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I don't because I know that quite a lot of sort of variety streamers, and it's absolutely fine to do this. Will be like, okay, this day we're playing this game, but this day we're playing another game, and switching it up quite often. But I don't switch it up very much. Only really when I finish a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's really that's me distilled into a couple of minutes. Really, that's Mellar 21. We do have a lot of fun. I've got this relatively new audio stuff, which I'm quite proud of, just purely because I dropped a lot of money on it, and I think it sounds nice. And
I like your big boomy thing in front of your face. It's kind of cute. I like it.
Well, thank you very much. It can do all these things though. I've got like a sampler that plays like voice samples. I don't know if you can hear that. They're probably not. No, it works on stream. And I can do voice changes and stuff like hello and all this kind of. It's just fun.
I like that
it's fun. You know what I mean? You know, it's an expensive toy essentially, but we have fun with it.
I don't know if I could have one of them because I wouldn't be streaming. I'd just be playing with it off stream, and then I'd forget I'd have to stream. It'd be terrible.
Are we still talking about the same thing, Hippo?
I don't know anymore. I've played with that on stream a few times. Just nobody sees it because this is as far as they see.
DS. But no, honestly, like, that's my new thing because I only had it like a couple of months ago, and honestly, we've been having a lot of fun with it, and yeah, I just really enjoy the whole community aspect of sort of sitting there playing a game that you'd normally just be sitting there on your own, like you know, and just having like people to hang out with and talk to, and getting to know people and making friends, and that's what it's all about for me. And I love that when you can be sitting there playing a game, and then someone will come in, and you'll be like, oh, how's your wife? How's your kids? And then someone else comes in and is like, oh, how was that test that you said you were doing the other day? And you know, you get to sort of know all these people. And then what's even better is when they start to get to know each other as well. And then it all becomes this lovely community that everyone knows each other. Yeah. And yeah, it's such a lovely thing to be able to sort of do and be a part of. And like, because I look forward to streaming so much every week as well. Because it's every Friday. And like, it's not just because it's Friday that it's my favorite day of the week. It's because that's my stream day, you know.
No, that makes sense, man. I completely understand that. And in regards to the old watching your viewers chat and intermingle, I don't know if you've had it before, but I've been actually butted out of a few conversations while live on stream because they're having a chat and they're like, "Shut up, Hippo, we're talking." Oh, okay, I'll just sit in the corner here and just do some mild entertaining while you guys carry on. I've had that so many times; it's unreal. I feel they don't even like me anymore.
I don't think I've ever gotten quite as far as them. Oh, no, right, a couple of times they've been like, Mellar, we're not talking to you, I suppose. But normally I just, if they're clearly not talking to me, I try to ignore it, but it can be difficult because you get into the habit of reading everything that appears on chat.
Yep.
And then sometimes, especially when they put the at the end, and you're like, they start reading it and you're like, oh, it wasn't to me. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, there's been a couple of cases where I just think I'm just going to go and have a break now. You guys enjoy your chat. I'm just going to go lie down for a little bit.
I'll just sit here quietly and suck my thumb.
Yeah. I'm saying nothing more than that. I'm behaving.
I said thumb, Hippo. Thumb. Make sure you pronounce that silent B at the end.
So basically how you run your stream is essentially like a semi-completionist mode then. So you get a game, you finish it off, you don't like jump off halfway off of it, you pretty much go and continue streaming until you finish the game, hence why you're in Skyrim 400 hours in.
Yeah, basically. One of the reasons is because I want to review the game. Whenever the credits are rolling, I review them. And I've got like a list of them on my YouTube.
Yeah.
I like reviewing the game because I feel like it's like a nice end to it, sort of, you know, like a nice post at the end to say, all right, we've done this now. This is what I thought of the experience.
As you would with any friend when you discuss a game.
Exactly. But also, I discovered quite some time ago, before I started streaming, that I find it very frustrating when I'm following a streamer through a playthrough and they stop the playthrough halfway through. It's so annoying. I was watching this lovely lass. I won't name her, but lovely lass. She was playing Ocarina of Time, right? And I was really enjoying sort of regularly watching her. I think it was like every other night or something. And then she got about 3/4 of the way through and she just skipped to Wind Waker. I was like, okay, all right, weird. I thought, okay, well, Wind Waker, I love Wind Waker. We'll start watching this. And she got like 3 streams in, and she just skipped to something else. I was like, really? And I found it really frustrating. Like, fair enough, if you're not enjoying a game, then don't just put yourself through it just to say that you've completed it. But she wasn't stopping them because she wasn't enjoying them. She was stopping them because she wanted to do the next thing. And honestly, it really annoyed me. So I was just like, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. I have stopped playthroughs halfway through before, but I hate to. It grinds my gears because I know it's annoying for people, so I won't do it unless I have to.
I can't do playthroughs. I feel so guilty because I'll start a game and it's a fresh game and you've got the audience there watching, and then you finish your stream and you come back on their stream and half the audience who were there originally aren't there anymore, and you've had new people come in, and you're in a point of a game where they maybe never played the game before and were eager to see it, but they didn't see the first part. So on a stream purpose, I feel kind of like, so what's happened is this person died that you didn't know existed in the first place, and which is why we're over here now. And I feel really bad. And then when you go to your third stream, and like half the people who were there originally to see the first part of it didn't see the second part of it, but they've seen the third. And I just feel like it's not fair as such, which is why I haven't really ever played too many hugely story-driven games on my stream, especially since I only stream for 3 hours as well. And about an hour of it is me trying to get into the game to stop talking so we can get into the game. So even then, they're only getting 2 hours of it. So it's kind of an issue for me to be able to do that. But I respect you doing it. I like the fact that you get it done and sorted. I like that.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, honestly.
Plus, they know that's what you do, so your viewers know that's it. So they know that you stream on Fridays, so they can't miss it. Whereas I'm so sporadic, it's crazy. I'm all over the place.
I used to be very sporadic, more through necessity than anything else. I think that consistency definitely helps if you can do it, for sure.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. So, what would be your all-time favorite game you've streamed?
I would say because my favorite game of all time, as I mentioned earlier, is Ocarina of Time. But the favorite game that I've streamed, I think I'd have to say my second favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy X. And I streamed that 100% for the first time. I played it through plenty of times before, but I'd never 100%ed it. And I streamed my 100% run. Honestly, it was so much fun. It was absolutely brilliant. And then that sort of the community atmosphere, especially when we did Penance, which for anyone who doesn't know is I vaguely remember watching a top 10 of the hardest bosses in video games, and it was on that list.
Okay.
Yeah, it's insane. Sort of the amount of effort that you have to go into just to be able to sort of be ready to fight it. And then while you're fighting it, it is turn-based, but you need to pay attention because if you miss one thing, you're dead.
Yeah.
And the fight is minimum 40 minutes or something. I think we were fighting it for about 50.
Wow.
It's a crazy experience. It's definitely something that's sort of been kicked off my gaming bucket list. And honestly, the whole thing was such an experience. I really, really enjoyed that.
Oh, fair play. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played Final Fantasy X, but then I kind of got into the whole when it started whipping out Blitzball, and you were starting to play that kind of thing, and I was like,
that was a grind.
I got stuck with that instead and just kept playing that and didn't continue with the story. I feel really bad for admitting that.
Oh, really? No, I didn't like Blitzball. I found it really boring. But
I was terrible at it, but I kind of just liked floating around in water. I was Echo the Dolphin Kid, all right? This is, you have no idea what you're doing. You're just like, this is all right. This is fun. Got a big water globule. This is cool.
That's amazing. I got through it by watching streams while I was doing it because it was really boring. And I actually met one of my mods because I was doing it because we both happened to be doing the same thing at the same time, and we ended up striking up a conversation, and we're really good mates now. So I'm kind of thankful to Blitzball for that reason. But other than that, I hate Blitzball. It's boring.
Oh, bless you. I like that. So come on, then. What's your least favorite game to stream then?
To stream?
Yeah.
World of Warcraft, hands down. It's really boring. I'm sorry. I love World of Warcraft, right? I, like Hippo, have played it since it first came out. I've been playing it for 16 years. I love the game. Like I do kind of blow hot and cold on it a little bit. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I'll leave it. I'm one of 4 leaders of a pretty big guild that's been going now for 10 years. We just had our 10-year anniversary, which is mental. So I don't end my sub even when I'm not really playing, because I'll always be there for them if I can. But I remember very, very vividly, because like I say, when I very first started streaming, when I wasn't really streaming properly, I streamed a lot of Legion, like raiding.
Yeah.
And then BFA came out, and BFA came out. It kind of coincided with when I started taking streaming a little bit more seriously. And I remember one night I was streaming, like leveling in BFA, and no one was watching me, and I was really bored, and I literally sort of turned to the camera. I was like, "This is really boring. I'm going to end the stream now." And I have never streamed World of Warcraft since that day, and I probably never will. Probably. It might be on the table for, like, because now that I do these like mega chill streams on sometimes on the weekends, where I literally just put on like stream beats, like the the lo-fi. And we sort of just vibe, and we don't really pay much attention to the game. It could be maybe a candidate for that in the future, maybe. But at the moment, I'm quite happy. I'm playing Twilight Princess casual for like the 9th time, so I don't care. It's all good.
You'll always be my Twilight Princess, you know that, don't you?
Flutters eyelashes.
Yeah. I like it. You can flutter everything. I don't mind. You had me at hello. That's another old reference there. I do apologise. Oh God,
it rang a bell actually.
Yeah, Jerry. I think it was Jerry Maguire, wasn't it?
Isn't Jerry Maguire? Show me the money. Isn't that?
Yeah, but he also had "You had me at hello." It was Renee Zellweger and Tom Cruise in the chat, and he's like trying to apologise, and she's like, "You had me at hello."
I don't think
had me at hello.
I don't think I've seen it, but I know like the famous quotes and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep quiet in the corner here now.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm so old. As old as time.
Fire away, old man.
Yeah, I've had a few exes say that to me. Sorry. I apologize. Where'd that come from? Whoa.
This is why I'm on for this, man.
Yes. Yeah, he puts me on mute a lot.
It's not true.
Like, hippo. Stop. Over 18 now. Behave. Okay, I love you. Yeah, I'm back in the room. So come on, and final question for you then. Is there any game that you enjoyed but the stream hated, and vice versa? See how I use really cool terminology there, like vice versa.
I think I'd say Abe's Odyssey. I like that game. I always loved that game. We're
talking about the original one, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 2D kind of platforming thing, and
it's a PS1 title
and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
I played it on stream about 6 months ago, not that long ago, just before Skyrim. No one liked that.
Is it because it's old?
I don't know. It just didn't vibe with my audience, I guess. So that's a playthrough that I did stop halfway through.
Sacrilege.
Yeah, no one was. Well, it wasn't. No one was watching, but not many people were watching. I was like, I don't think there's any point continuing this. No, I think that's when I decided to do Skyrim, which was a really good decision.
Yeah, I've seen you on Skyrim a couple of times now, and I thoroughly enjoy you getting into it. And I try not to talk too much because I know I'll distract you, and then you'll die, and they'll be like, "It's all my fault."
I've died more than 100 times. I wouldn't worry about it.
That's all right then. I'll come and distract you then. I'm happy to do that. This turned into a perverted conversation again. I'm sorry. I'll behave. Goodness, I can't help you. Look at this man. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
There should be one more question, I think, shouldn't there?
Yeah, and what that you hated that your community loved.
Not that one.
Yes, it is, because you didn't do that part for me.
Did I not? And what I hated that the community loved?
Yeah.
No, I've got nothing.
You got nothing?
No,
really?
Not on that one. No.
So you've loved every game you've played on stream, other than obviously. Like,
no, the only games that I've hated playing on stream, I think everyone else has hated as well. I don't think there's ever been one where I've hated it and I'm like, no, I'm not playing it anymore, and everyone's like, oh no, continue playing. No, I don't think that's ever happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even like spooky games or anything like that.
I suppose actually, I did get a lot of requests to do a horror game. For not the Halloween just gone, but the one before in 2019, because that was back when I used to stream on Thursday nights instead of Friday nights, and Thursday night happened to be Halloween, and they talked me into playing Spooky Jump Scare Mansion, the free version.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of jump scares. I don't do very well with horror, especially with jump scares. I normally either get scared or bored, to be honest, with horror games. Yeah, I lost about 2.5 hours. I had a jump scare alert as well that I let them use because I'm an idiot. Yeah, I just jumped out of my skin about 1 million times that stream. And I wouldn't say I didn't enjoy it, but I wouldn't do it again. I don't think. Not unless it was like a really special occasion. But like loads of people were asking for it, and I was very reluctant.
Okay, that's fair play. I'm terrible with spooky games, mainly not because they're spooky, but again with my distraction thing that I have going on. For example, I played Outlast. Don't know if you've ever heard of Outlast.
Yeah, I know that Outlast. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen Bert stream that.
So you're basically like a journalist who's going into an abandoned insane asylum, but it turns out it's not.
Yeah, I remember Outlast. Yeah, it's quite grotesque, isn't it, in parts?
It does have a scene, but in like one of the chapters, you end up in like the actual like padded cell area and stuff like that, and then you come out and you've got all these like naked dudes around it, and I'm just giggling like a schoolgirl because I see penises everywhere, and I'm like, get Bill, this is weird, look, it's Willy, it's a Willy, and then they're obviously going to try and kill me, but I'm just giggling too much because there's like willies everywhere, so I don't do well with those kind of games because I will find funny things and everything. What's coming up in your future, baby?
Well, Hippo, I'm glad you asked.
Do you know what? I'm going to ask you one more time because I feel like I forgot. What's coming up in your future, baby?
Well, Hippo, I'm glad you asked. Once Skyrim is finished, I need to go back to Final Fantasy X-2. That was a playthrough that I did start and then had to stop halfway through, but I need to go back to it because basically I used to stream 2 times a week, and then when the wife went back to work after maternity, I had to go down to 1. So I had to go down to one game basically. So I stopped Final Fantasy X-2 halfway through. I need to continue that from where we left off, like the beginning of chapter 3, I believe. It's about halfway through the game. After that, I don't know. But one thing that I really want is a Stream Deck. I've kind of wanted one for years, and I've kind of set my heart on, and I set my heart on it months ago that
well, like an Elgato thing or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
When Black Friday comes around, they're normally quite a lot of money off. Normally, I'll probably buy one then, and it's only in like a week and a half now, Black Friday. Yeah. So I really want a Stream Deck, to be honest. I've been using I've got like a Kindle Fire, and there's an app that you can use, the Streamlabs app that allows you to change your scene at the touch of a button. Okay. So it's like a discount Stream Deck, which is very useful. But Stream Decks do way more things, and also I quite like to move away from Streamlabs. Yeah. I want to move back to OBS Studio, which is what we're recording this in, incidentally. And the only way to do that without losing the functionality of being able to change my scene at the touch of a button is by buying an Elgato. I'm aware there is an app that you can get, like a phone app.
Yeah, I've heard about this, but I've not ventured onto it yet to have a look.
But it doesn't work on the tablet. It only works on a phone. And I have this problem where if I have my mobile phone on my desk while I'm streaming, you can hear that annoying. Yeah. So I can't have my phone on my desk while I'm streaming. It's literally in the other room.
Ah, that makes sense now. That's why you never answer my calls.
I know, right?
Yeah, you don't have to play hard get with me, babe. You already have to remember.
I think that's pretty much everything, really. That's my main my main sort of quest. At some point, I'd love to get, because I've wanted for absolutely ages. I've wanted a hat with my Mellar logo on it. It's like a white M on a black background. And for the longest time, nowhere did caps like what you're wearing at the moment.
Yeah.
But now there are some available, so I might try that at some point as well. But it's not that high on my priority list at the moment. But
are you going for like a flat beaky thing, or are you going for the curvy beaky?
The curvy one, like the one you're wearing.
Yeah, because that's cool.
Yeah.
Flat caps are losers.
Right.
Like, unless you're wearing them, you're watching the stream, then the video.
Yeah,
I like you. You're cool.
You're breathtaking.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind maybe some merch for this show as well, because this is the big new thing for me. This show.
Mhm. Yeah.
I've been looking forward to this because we've been planning this for months.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's finally coming to fruition. I really can't wait to get some guests in and really start having some fun with it and doing it live and having people watching.
I genuinely can't wait to drill them. It's gonna be amazing.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, like, get right into them and find out the nitty gritties and everything about them and stuff.
I knew what you meant.
And then, if there's anything afterwards, then fair play. Anything's game. Sharing is caring, people. Remember that.
Absolutely. So, what do you reckon then? Should we move on to section 2?
I am more than happy to go on to section 2 of you, sir.
All right, lovely. So, section 2, we have a topic that we talk about that's regarding streaming that we may have differing opinions on, and we'll discuss it, debate it, and we'll see if we can provide any useful advice, interesting takes, that kind of thing. Today's topic is the importance of viewer perks. So viewer perks are things that you add to the stream to sort of add more sort of value to the stream for the viewer. So channel points, redemptions, little stream avatars at the bottom of the screen. You've got more examples, haven't you, Hippo?
Yeah, so there's a variety of things. So even though Twitch has its own channel point system, Stream Elements has a channel point system as well, but they also have a store, so they can sell like digital items using your channel points that they've accumulated on their own system that calculates everything with your view time and all that kind of stuff. It's a variety of things. I have a subby sound effect, so that if you sub to my channel, you are welcome to give me a 5 to 8 second clip in an MP3 format of something that best reflects you. Could be you saying something, could be like a quote from a game or a quote from a film, or some weird sound, or somebody gave me the Windows 95 load up sound once.
That's amazing.
I've got so many different things that happen on my stream. Like I have my newest subscriber has got Casper whispering, "Can I keep you?" And I'm like, yes, you can. A, you're a woman, and B, I like you. So there's a variety of things you can add on there, and I see that the people vary with it a lot. Like I personally feel that Twitch doesn't give enough to a viewer, in my opinion.
Okay.
I know we give everything to the viewers as best we can in terms of entertainment and content and all that kind of stuff, which are completely fine. But I feel like, for example, if you were to sub to a channel, I feel that potentially between 1 and 5 emotes, if you're tier 1, isn't really that much value for money unless you're on the platform all the time and you really want that awesome emote that person has. For the most part, people subscribe to support the streamer. And so the emotes become a perk. So other than that and no adverts, Twitch doesn't really give anything else.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's, in my opinion, that it's down to the streamer to give as much as they can. My emotes are not going to have people coming back. Me and what I offer is what keeps coming back, which is why there are people who have, for example, there's this new browser game that is linked to Twitch called Stream Raiders, I think it is. And, within you set up a battleground and you place a unit, and then the viewers can sign up to the game as well, and it's completely free. And then every 5 minutes they get to put a new unit down, and then after 30 minutes the game begins on the stream and you all fight and all this kind of stuff. You watch these things animate and attack each other.
That's amazing.
So it's really cool. Bobby Kanigan asked me last night actually to test it out with him because he just got into it and stuff like that, and it's kind of cool. So then once that battle's done, you select a new map, and then while the 30 minutes for the next game is happening, the viewers put bits onto their little units like archers and warriors and tanks and stuff like that, and you as a streamer carry on doing what you were doing, playing a game like Overwatch, which may last 20 minutes, which is about an ideal opportune time to fill the gap between the next stream raid. But it's a perk that you're basically able to play with the streamer and build a little game thing scenario together and watch what happens with it. But there's a lot of different things that you can do, and I don't know when too much is too much and when's not enough is not enough. I do believe that you should give stuff to like as in like channel points are very bizarre. Like the Twitch has basically stolen that from Streamlabs and Stream Elements because they had that donkeys ago, and now Twitch has it. And what can you do? Posture and check water, and then add your own custom ones. That's someone can redeem that, and I have to sit upright in my chair or something like that. It's very limiting. I think like as big as Twitch is, considering it's owned by Amazon, you think they'd have bigger brains out there that can think of more things to give people to stay on the channels and to help. But there isn't that much there. But there's a lot of options out there, but I don't use them all. Although I have used most of them. I dabble in most things. So, for example, for me, channel points, what I use it for, I have the posture thing and I have the drink water thing and all that kind of stuff. But I've also added, for a big, mega amount of channel points, there's a game key on there. And it's a Steam game key for I think I've got Formula 1 2019, and I think I've got another AAA game, essentially. That if you save up enough points for being here, the perk is when you redeem your points, you could have this game for free. For just hanging around and watching, which is what you're predominantly doing anyway. So it's a little bonus perk. Right? You have a subby sound effect, you come in and you can make your name, you say your name, it makes this weird noise. I get freaked out because I forgot you have that noise. I have someone who has a bleating goat as a sound effect. So he gets in going, bah, bah, bah.
Someone has the screaming goats.
Yeah, I have a screaming goat one as well. There's a bleating goat and a screaming goat, and they tend to do things in unison when they're together on stream. So I have a blah going on. I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? I'm playing this proper chill game, relaxing. It's all nice vibes, and I've got scary things happening in their front end. Which then it's that whole interaction between viewer and streamer that is a perk that they didn't have on someone else's stream. Now, don't steal my ideas, all right, people? Just saying. But you've had stuff on your stream.
Yeah, absolutely. I have done the stream avatars before. My sort of thought on it is because part of me is it'd be nice if people just watched you. Do you know what I mean? And didn't need the extra stuff to stay. But I think adding the extra stuff for them is kind of nice. I think adding it in order to keep them there might not necessarily be the best sort of way to frame it. Sort of the way that you sort of mentioned it, it's a little extra thing for your friends basically to mess around with. I think that's definitely a better way of framing it, just sort of a way of thinking about it. For example, there definitely can be too much of it. I've sort of come a little bit more to the thought, sort of in the last sort of year, of a sort of more cleaner, sort of less busy stream.
So more minimalist.
More minimalist, yeah, sort of less overlay, less sort of crap, basically. But with some things, you don't want to have nothing. You don't want to have nothing. I do disagree with you on one thing, that the channel points being limiting. There's actually a lot of things that you can do with the channel points. You may just not necessarily realize, because some of them are a little bit like you have to sort of faff in order to get them to work. For example, there's someone that I watch quite regularly, an Aussie, who's got channel points that make I guess they're probably Snapchat filters or similar activate on his screen on his stream. So one's like a Super Saiyan, and he'll get like the Super Saiyan hair, and it will be like, what, all that kind of thing. And one's a ninja smoke, so it will just go poof, and it will disappear from the screen for a few seconds, and poof, again, and it'll come back. And he's also got one when he's on just chatting. He's got like a little plate of cookie, and you can redeem. It's only like 5 channel points. You can make the cookie move.
Okay, cool. I like that.
There's little things that you can do.
Some creative ways of doing it then.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that you can also you can set certain sounds to play as well when they're redeemed, which definitely adds functionality to them. I think if you know what you're doing, you could probably get roughly the similar functionality than you can get out of Stream Elements. Probably. I haven't looked massively into it, and I do think that the Twitch, the way that the Twitch handles it is better than the way that Stream Elements and stuff handles it. Except for the fact that you can't change the amount of channel points someone's got. I think that's a massive oversight.
Yeah, see, I liked back in the old days before Twitch had it. You'd have like the roulette wheels and stuff like that in people's chats, and all those kind of things, and doing heists and all that, being able to get your points and stuff like that. And not being able to gift that to someone as like an incentive to do like some kind of competition in the stream or something is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, I feel like they've also like cornered the market with it. Twitch has now that they have it. It's like World of Warcraft. Between me and you, World of Warcraft, right? There was gold selling issues. So what did WoW do? They brought in their own gold currency.
Yeah,
you know, buy a WoW token, and then no one else really uses it out other stuff, which is fine. But I feel that's how Twitch has basically approached it. Same with like the music situation, all that kind of stuff at the moment. They're bouncing on it now and making it feel like that you have to funnel into it.
Mm.
You know, you're looking at other people's ideas and then going, "I'll take that." And if they're doing all this Super Saiyan things and stuff like that, it sounds really cool. I like the idea of that.
Yeah,
it's definitely very situational depending on the streamer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like I wouldn't look good blonde.
Or even for 6 seconds.
I don't know. I think I would look like Doc Brown or something like that from like bloody Back to the Future with like crazy hair going on. It just wouldn't be good, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. No, so I think sort of in conclusion, sort of the importance of viewer perks. I think overall, really, they're incredibly important. I don't think I've seen any streamer that has a 0.
No.
You definitely need to have some. I think quite a lot of sort of the hook with sort of growing a community and sort of encouraging people to stay is in like how clever you are with it. I think, to a certain degree, like how unique your idea is with it. Just for the record, I'm not saying I am. I'm not. My channel point redemptions are crap, right? But you know, I think that is definitely a way that you can sort of put yourself poke yourself out of the crowd. So yeah, it's absolutely, it's very important. Like I have streamed. I have subbed to people because of their emotes before, sort of. I mean, I've never subbed to someone just because of their emotes, but I have extended a sub because I like their emotes and I was using them a lot. Whereas otherwise, I think I probably wouldn't have done. I think emotes are incredibly important. Channel points they can add so much to a stream, even if it's really not much. Like another Australian guy that I watch, he has he's a absolutely massive fan of Pez. Right?
Okay.
He's got the sweets. He's got packets and packets of them in his room, and he's got a redemption, eat a Pez.
Huh.
And it's only a few hundred, so people will spam it, and it will literally be like 1, 2, 3, 4. But it adds value to the stream. It's only a tiny little thing, but it adds value to the stream, and people love it.
And the interactivity is a great thing.
Exactly.
As well.
Yeah.
No,
so
I like that.
It doesn't need to be much to be something that separates you from the crowd.
I think the take home from all this, whether if you're starting streaming or you're still streaming, you're not sure what to do with these things, is that there are so many different options out there. You just need to find one that best fits you and your personality and what you offer as a brand is the key thing. Because each of us is a brand of our own identity. I am the Hairy Hippo and you're Mellar21.
Yeah.
Or Mellarlicious. I mean, whichever works for you.
I don't think I've ever been called that.
But like, I wouldn't have used like the little character things that you had, because that's not my kind of thing.
Yeah.
My kind of thing is outlandish noises that are going on in my head every so often.
Totally.
You know, and that's what. And I think having, instead of just following everyone, like everyone at the moment, it seems to be going for this Stream Raiders thing at the moment. It seems to be the thing to do as a streamer.
Yeah.
And I'm not really comfortable doing that because A, I don't spend enough time in a game anyway.
Yeah.
And B, why would I want to flip between two games? It's not my thing. And I think that's going to what set me. Yeah. And I think that's what will set me out from other people as well. Like, if you like that stuff, but you want to break from it, I'm here. I have other things that I offer, and variety is the spice of life, after all.
Absolutely.
Twitch is a buffet of content, you know. Not everyone has to be the same. Not everyone has to have the same, you know.
In fact, it's better if you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what I would say is, like, by all means, try different things. Like, for example, I tried to stream avatars. I think I used it probably for about a year. I did enjoy it, but then I kind of went off it. Don't worry about, because one of the things that was talked about before, I remember speaking to a few streamers. They were like, "Oh, what if I take it away and people are annoyed that I've taken it away?" So what? It's tough. You know what I mean? You've got to do what you're comfortable with at the end of the day. I mean, if it's like a massive outcry of like pretty much everyone, then maybe rethink it. But at the end of the day, if it's just a few people, oh, why did you get rid of this? Sorry, it's gone now. I didn't like it. You know, just try different things. But yeah, definitely don't put too much in. because too much just it overwhelms people and they'll just go somewhere else.
Yeah. When you got your chat room just filling up with random things that your bot can do, and then you've got your screen that's 2/3 filled with random animated characters and things going bloop, 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 and all that kind of stuff, and then you have you going Super Saiyan at the same time, there's very little of actually you left in amongst everything.
Exactly. Okay, wicked. Do either of us have anything more to say?
No, I'm pretty sure that's covered that for the most part. I think that's been all right because you disagreed with me and I still love you, so it's okay.
Yeah, I think on the main point we agreed. It was just on that one point about channel points that we disagreed.
I just think it's because I don't like Amazon because they cost too much.
That's fair enough. Absolutely. All right. Well, in that case, we're going to now play our sub game. Which is a game called Follow, Sub, or Dip. If you're listening and not watching, now is the time to maybe bring your screen up because we're going to start watching some Twitch clips in a few minutes or a few moments. I will just explain the game though, just before we start. So we have 9 clips already prepared. It's 3 clips of 3 streamers. We're going to watch the clips after we've watched each streamer. So after we've watched each 3, we're going to have a quick chat about our thoughts about that streamer, like how we feel about them, our opinion. Obviously, we're going to be nice. And after we've watched all 9 clips, we're going to decide which of the 3 streamers we would sub, which we would follow, and which we would dip. If we could only sub one, only follow one, and only dip one. Dip means to leave. I think
that just ruins it for me.
No, well, you could never. No, I'm not going to say that. Anyway. No. So we're gonna start the game now. Here we are. Now it's just going to take me a few moments. Hopefully you've got clip number 1 already queued up.
Huh?
Right. Cool. So what we'll do is, how's the name of the clip, I believe. We'll watch, are we on the right screen? Let me just double check this, just to be absolutely 100% sure. It's a while since I've done this. Yep, you guys can see everything, that's beautiful. Let's watch clip number 1. Are you ready, Hippo?
Always, sir.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, play that clip.
I'm...
I'm not actually 100% sure what happened there, but I'm guessing it wasn't anything particularly good.
He was speed running and then died.
He died, right. Okay, I get you.
And then he had a really nice shiny resub.
Yeah. Which he ignored, incidentally. But I don't know. Maybe he mentioned it afterwards. So clip number 2.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play that clip.
How much Geo do you people usually have live in city?
I don't have any Geo usually, but I have Geo.
Fuck you, then.
Fuck Christ, man. Jesus. It was a savage.
It was so mean. I thought it was so funny.
It's so fucking terrible.
I can't even play.
I'm on PD face and I messed him a joke because I was laughing. God damn it.
I'm pushing lamb all these times.
I don't have any fucking
Fuck. Oh god. Still fucking laughing, dude.
I'm not a bad person, I promise. I love action, okay?
Sure, that's what they all say. Can you fireball? Thank you.
Tyler, I made an accent joke.
All right, lovely. And then clip number 3.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play that clip.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, that was an interesting sound.
So, without saying whether you would follow, sub, or dip, Hippo, what did you think of that streamer based on the clips that we've just watched?
Jesus.
Really likes Hollow Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Really likes to try and speedrun.
Yep.
Likes to change position he's sitting in
Right.
his camera. Likes to go between green screen and no green screen.
Mm-hmm.
Really likes cartoon ladies.
Right.
And has a lot going on the screen right now.
Yeah, I noticed that as well, actually. That was one of the things I was going to mention.
Like, there's like a lot of everything going on there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my thoughts. I'm not keen on the overlay at all.
No.
It's way too busy. And the chat is actually so small. It may as well
Wait,
not
there's
really
a chat
be
in there?
on the first and first and third clip. There is. Wait, third.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah. Because if you the third clip is got it's got the history of what's happened on the channel, followed by the subscriber, the follow, the donation, followed by I'm playing with a controller, followed by camera, followed by blue-haired lady with I mean there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, absolutely. On the first clip, especially like the chat is so small it may as well not be there. In my opinion. And yeah, it's very busy. And actually, I'm sorry for anyone who does this, but there's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine, right? He's got a green screen, but he's in a box. What's the point in that?
I get that. I mean, to be fair, I do that to a degree. However, I like having different backdrops, whereas his backdrop is the entire backdrop.
I have seen it work and look good, but normally it just looks a little bit silly in my opinion. That does not look right. I actually think he looks slightly better without the green screen, just for partially because of that reason. But either way, the I think his cam's too small. And and also he was very quiet as well. It looked like he was having a lot of fun in the second one. That was cool. He was having fun, I think, on Discord with his friends. But that doesn't necessarily make good stream content.
No, but it shows that when he's on an informal mode, he seems to be quite a laugh.
But I didn't see any contact with stream chat whatsoever during the clips. It's just worth noting.
Could you pull up video 1 for us?
Yeah.
So we've obviously got the chat.
Yeah.
We've got everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Got his logo.
Yeah.
Then what is that about next to it? Between
That
him and
I
the
have
logo?
no idea what that is. I think. Oh, I know what it is. Is
that like a button logger?
It's a button logger. Yeah. It took me a while to figure out what that is. I think he must maybe made it himself, which is cool.
I've never seen a streamer use a button logger before.
I've seen speedrunners use button loggers, but I've never seen one use one that looks like it may have been made by them. That's really cool, actually. That must have taken quite a lot of time to make if he made it himself.
Yeah. But you're right with the whole not really hearing him talk to the audience or anything like that. But then again, if you're speedrunning, do you really have time to focus on the chat? That's the whole, like, if you're a professional speedrunner or trying to be a professional streamer,
you can do. I mean, I've definitely seen speedrunners who do respond to chat. There's obviously like clutch moments when they don't, which is quite understandable. But there are definitely quiet moments. Also, like, I'm not really that keen on the anime girl thing, just purely because it's not really about the stream.
No.
What you'd really want there, if you had to have an image, would be maybe the Hollow Knight. Would be great.
Yeah. Or you would, for example, in clip 1, I would put his V behind his log of speedrunning effects.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's his run.
That would work. Yeah, because then you manage to keep you keep the logo while saving space. Absolutely.
Yeah. Although I do like the color scheme, although it's predominantly purple in the first one, but I do like the color scheme in terms of like the neons. But then he's gone into a green thing, and then if you look in the second one, he's gone for an old dark one. So like, there's no consistency on an overlay. Yeah,
I do like the color scheme, especially in the first one. The only thing I think I would say, definitely in his defense, is aspect ratio can be really hard to get right, and it looks like through all of these boxes that he's added, the aspect ratio looks really good.
Yeah, no, they're proper snapped in lovely.
Yeah,
they're really good. It's beautifully done.
Yeah. It's been put together really well. It's just a bit too busy.
It's very busy, very busy.
Right,
but I mean, it works for some people. But
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to the next clip then? Clip number 4.
Yeah, definitely.
All Right. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Play that clip.
A lot of workshop creators have been working on stuff. They've all joined together to make an unofficial workshop direct. So I'll be watching that on this stream.
Oh, so this is live.
You know what the streamers do? You react to it and you pretend like it's your content. Then
Wait.
I'll be doing that. We'll also link out to it. That's on YouTube.
Rude.
Stick around. You can stick around for that.
Oh my
Answer
god.
questions. So
I like that.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's funny.
That's cool. I like that. That's
Right.
cool.
Next clip. Are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Play that clip.
Ah,
That's something, apparently.
Ah. Ah. Okay. Yeah.
And then the third clip for this streamer. Are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Play that clip. Fair enough.
Wow.
Right. Whoops. What did you think of that streamer then, Hippo?
Okay. I kind of like him actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I kind of like it. Mainly because of the first one.
Yeah.
All right.
official.
Now, obviously, he's chatting with a person, a mate, or something like that, and just loved the banter. That was cool. Like he's like, this guy's taking it seriously, and then the person's actually streaming is like, you really what? You're what? I like that. That's cool. I like that. But then you go into the second clip, and I'm like, there's nothing going on the second clip in terms of, like, he has no overlay whatsoever with it.
Yeah.
That I can see of, unless those things like the AF windows at the top left or whatever. I don't know. I don't know this game. So I
They
don't know
look
how-
like they're part of the game, but I'm not
yeah,
sure.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So the first one, you've got a chat on the left hand side, but I don't know if that's his chat in the first one,
Yeah,
or the person he's talking to's chat.
It's a good point. If I had to guess, I think it
I'd
probably
imagine
is,
it's
I
his
think it
chat.
probably is his chat, because I think what he's watching is probably a YouTube video rather than Twitch content.
Yeah. So my only bone of contention to that, but then a lot of people recently, especially recently, have figured out that obviously there is a way to like fit your chat in there because it's the ratio is not quite right with his chat.
Right.
You see how it's like he's got massive name and then what they're saying underneath, because he's obviously got a box that's a certain size.
Yeah.
And then, but you can change the font size and stuff like that to be able to fit in. And
Yeah,
make it
yeah.
nice
This
and
is
tidy.
something I've recently had a big problem with myself.
I didn't want to say nothing about it, but that just a little bit of trim in there, because it kind of looks like it's fuzzying out a little bit, the chat as well.
Yeah.
But his camera quality is really nice.
Yeah.
Especially with his green screen as well.
Yeah.
It's proper smooth. There's no real like outline edges or anything like that. So there's some nice investment there. I can see that's really cool, and he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
As with the third one, you've gone into a complete, like, I don't know if this is an older clip. I need to check that, but it feels like pre-transitioning into the whole green screen phase and, bringing out a personality. Kind of thing.
Yeah, possibly.
I know he's focused on playing the game, but like he's got no like. It's like proper looks like an early days stream.
Yeah,
like,
I see what you mean. Yeah.
First 6 months, you're using the headset that's got the microphone attached to it and stuff like that. Whereas you look at his first clip, which looks like it's newer. He hasn't got that. He must have a microphone and a separate microphone, all that kind of bits and bits like that. You know what I mean?
He's still wearing it. He's still wearing the headset.
Is he still? Oh, he still does have this headset.
Yeah.
Oh, of course he does. Yeah. Oh, apologies about that. But the audio quality seems a lot better. Maybe is it a different headset?
No. I think it's maybe he's just updated his settings. It can make a big difference, to be fair, updating your settings.
But like, you can see his proper focus mode, and then once it's done, he's happy and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of cool. So
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely I quite like his overlay overall. That sort of, again, we were talking about earlier, is quite minimal. I don't like the chat on the first one. It's quite ugly, to be honest. And I do think that his face cam's way too small. He needs to big himself up and believe in himself.
Yeah, He's put little baby in the corner, isn't it? Essentially is what he's done there.
Yeah, exactly. I'd also like to have seen a bit more like of him actually responding to chat. But there might just be unlucky clips.
Yeah,
To be honest, it's hard to like. Not sometimes you can tell that someone's not very interactive by the clips, but actually the clips that we've got here, like 2 of them look like they're maybe clutch moments in games where you wouldn't necessarily respond to chat anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit unsure on that particular score, but he seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
Shall we move on then to clip number 7?
7. Yes.
Yep. Okay, excellent. So when you're ready, 3, 2, 1, play that clip.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I did it! What are those noises? I don't know. It's the sound of excitement. And like my
That'd be pretty much my reaction. Okay.
Yeah.
On to clip number 8.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, play that clip.
Oh my god. Oh, this is so hard. Oh my god. Yes! 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 Oh my god! Okay, I had to pause. I'm so sweaty. Oh my fucking god, that was so hard.
It's literally the easiest Zelda game.
I'm so proud of myself right now. That was so fucking difficult. Holy shit.
To be fair, that bit is a little bit tricky as things go. All right, the last clip then. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play that clip.
She dead? What's happening? Why is she not? Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god.
Okay.
All right. So, without saying whether you'd follow sub or dip, what did you think of that streamer?
I really, she's cool. She's cool. She's like, she's informal. She's funny. She's interacted with the camera, and seems like that way she's interacted with the audience.
Yeah.
You know, the overlay is it's plush, it's clean, it's minimalist. It's a very nice border around her camera as well.
Yeah.
She laughs at the flaws that she does in the game and stuff like that. That's a really cool attribute to have. A lot of people take things too seriously and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She seems to be just getting on with it and having a laugh. That's a nice vibe. I like that.
Yeah.
Plus, her hair is awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Like, she seems to be laughing a lot. And one thing that I get, sort of the vibe that I get, because sometimes like quite a lot of streamers do like purposefully overreact. But I don't get the feeling that she's doing that. It's hard to tell sometimes, but sometimes it's really obvious, and I definitely don't get that feeling. I mean, I'm tempted to give her extra points for playing Wind Waker, but we shouldn't really be judging them on the games they're playing. So,
although I did notice that the last clip we watched, and I think the third clip we watched, is the same sequence of gameplay.
It might be. It's definitely still.
No,
Hollow
they're in
Knight.
the same battle area or something in Hollow Knight.
I think you might. It's not. It might be the same biome. I don't really know very much about Hollow Knight, if I'm honest with you.
No, I don't. I've never played it, but I'm pretty sure it's like the same bossy person, and she totally kicked his ass.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's like completely happy to just laugh at herself as well.
Yeah.
No, I quite like that. So, all right then. So we've got our three streamers. Which one would you sub? Which one would you follow? And which one would you dip?
Okay, so I think I'd sub her because I think she's a lot of fun, and I love the fact that she's just mucking about and having a laugh and don't take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, she has amazing hair.
Yeah, I do think that her cam is too small. And actually, I'm not that keen on when I'm not keen on when they're not really looking at the camera. It feels a bit impersonal.
No, I kind of get that to a degree. I kind of get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's just, even though the camera's small, they're zoomed in enough to be able to see it's her doing it, not like the entire room.
Yeah.
That's cool. And she's obviously more game centric, instead of herself. As like, for example, when I'm streaming, I have a bigger version of me than in the game because
Yeah.
So she's definitely more try and focus on the game and enjoy the banter with it.
Absolutely.
But she just seems like through every single one of the clips, she's enjoying herself.
she's enjoying
gives off the air of enjoyment, and she just seems like a laugh. And I'd get on with that a lot more. So I'd definitely sub to that one.
Yeah.
I'd follow the second dude actually because I think we've watched his clips in reversal. I still think that like the last clip we watched of him was like one of his first ones, kind of thing in his Twitch career as such. And
that is likely the way that I pick the clips. By the way, it's likely to be in reverse order, so that's fine. Yeah.
But he seems cool. I mean, the games itself isn't really my cup of tea as such, but he seems to be like watching that first clip. He's like, how he's reacting to that person chatting and stuff. I'd be intrigued to watch more, so I'd probably slap a follow so I can catch another stream to see what's going on there.
Yeah.
But I think I'd have to dip on the first guy because there's so much going on there that it burns my eyes almost to me. It's just like I either want to see the streamer or see the game kind of thing, and there's everything going on with every bit of appreciation for what happens on the stream and the whole stream running thing, and it's too busy on my eyes, and I don't hear him talk much as well.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge advocate for talking.
I know.
I don't know if you've noticed that. But I love it when people talk on these things. It makes me feel like it's interactive television. You know?
That's kind of the point of Twitch in many ways. Yeah. It's all about the streamer at the end of the day, which is one of the reasons why I'm like, the cam's not big enough. The cam's not big enough. At the end of the day, the people are there for you. The secondary thing really is the game.
Yeah. I completely agree. So that'd be I'd sub. I'd sub the lady, follow the middle guy, and I would dip the first one.
Yeah, I think on balance, I agree with you. The third lady, she definitely gets the sub. She's easily the most entertaining of the three from the clips that we watched. I mean, we were laughing.
Yeah,
we weren't laughing at any of the other people.
I have no idea what was going on with that seagull, but I was enjoying every moment because she was enjoying every moment. I was very engrossed in it.
She needed to hit the white little diamond thing to make it yellow so that the door opens. But you also have to avoid the bigger blue birds, which can be quite tricky.
The blue birds of doom.
The trick to it actually is to snipe them with your bow and arrow before you start doing the goal thing, but that's besides the point. Zelda nerd. All right. The other two, it's pretty close thing for me. To be honest, I really had to think on this. But just about, I would say the second guy gets the follow. I feel like there's definitely room for some interaction there for sure. But even then, like, at least you get the chill vibe. Whereas on guy number one, I'm not really getting any kind of positive vibe from the clips.
No.
I'm sure if you sort of popped into chat and started chatting to him, brilliant. But the whole point of the game is to choose on the basis of the clips, and on the basis of these clips, I don't think I'd really want to hang out there. So I'd dip on him. So we agree.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree on something.
It had to happen eventually.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. Yeah.
All right, that's absolutely fantastic. That was a lot of fun. How do you feel that went overall? Especially as a first episode. Well, it wasn't even technically it's episode 0.
You took my pilot virginity away.
I know, right?
I know. And you know what? I'd do it all over again.
But you can't because I've taken your. Never mind.
Oh. Thank God we recorded it in the.
You can't lose your virginity twice, Hippo. That's not how this works.
That's not what they told me. No, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like. Oh, I love talking to you, and I love talking to whoever we talk with. It's going to be great, So I think it's awesome. I love it. It's shiny. It's pretty. It's wonderful. It has you.
I'm excited, to be honest. I cannot wait to do this again and have a guest down below. Host, guest. Amazing, right? Maybe one day in the future we'll even have 2 guests at once and we'll fill all 4 of these boxes.
I don't know if I can handle all of you at the same time,
Oh,
but
I
I'll
don't
give
know.
it a go.
Well, we'll see what we can do. But
Ugh.
I hope you guys watching really enjoyed the show. You can follow my YouTube if you haven't already. I mean, this is going to be on YouTube, so that doesn't really make sense, I guess. Subscribe. There you
Like
go.
and subscribe.
Like and subscribe,
Smash that
guys.
like button.
Yeah,
Smash it.
subscribe, and obviously then you'll get little notification whenever more uploads of Chattisfying comes out. What I'll do is I'll put like the whole thing up on YouTube. We'll edit out any gumph if there is any. But then
I definitely didn't gumph.
I don't know. I think
It wasn't me.
it might have been me.
I'll get the Febreze out. It's okay.
I invented in medbay. Anyway, and then what I'll do is I'll put some like proper edited like highlights up as well for those that just want the best bits, of course.
Which is all of it, which is why it's going up.
Right.
Yeah, there we go.
And then if you want sort of information about Chattisfying, there is a channel on my Discord, which this is when the next one's going to be live on Twitch. Hey guys, this new thing has been uploaded, so you get updates, and also there's an opportunity there for like to talk about the show as well. So you can post your suggestions, your thoughts. You can join the debate if you fully just disagree with something we said. Just be nice. That's all you need. Yeah, it's all on Discord. So the links will be available around hereabouts and all about, up and down. Hopefully we'll be back soon in December with a guest. Date to be confirmed. But until then, thank you very much for joining me, Hippo. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No, pleasure's all mine, my darling. Pleasure's all mine. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Absolutely, me too. I can't wait for the next one. But until then, thank you guys for watching. Much love. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.
Consider yourself satisfied.